I thought maybe you would. I thought maybe you would stay there already. I can't imagine why getting equivalent flight mileage.
We're not doing anything good for the planet. That is for sure.
Welcome back. Well, we were so thrilled to be able to see the pictures. What a joyous occasion.
How you feeling?
I feel fine. Well, I had a hiccup for a couple of days. Did you? She had a hiccup. Oh, he had called me up. He said, "What did he? Yeah, he said we'll get. He tell her that
La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. One last time. La la la. Ya la 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 la.
Join us.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. Ya la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
So it's so nice to see the first Mondays here. We have a wonderful small group who's done our baking, but we're also graced with their presence tonight. So to honor us with candle lighting, we're calling up the Freemans, Sharon and Michael, because 15 years ago on Valentine's Day, they were married. So it was a last week simcha, but they were doing the Disney thing. So we're honoring them. Tonight we're on page 2 for the candle lighting blessing.
Exactly, Elaine. Very nice.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Thank you for being here each and every Friday with your beautiful girls. You have no idea what a beautiful thing that is for all of us. And for your baking, and for your conversation, and for your caring, and for so many things. Mazel tov.
Amen.
So let's add some words to that melody we were singing. It's on the little cardstock paper. So beautiful, beautiful teaching of Rav Kook. Son of man, rise up. You have great strength. You have wings of spirit, wings of great eagles. Don't deny them. Don't deny those wings, lest they deny you. Claim them, Son of man, and they shall immediately be found. Ben Adam. Join us. Ben Adam, alele malale, alele malale, Ben Adam, alele malale. Try it again. Ben Adam, alele malale. Alele malale ben Adam, alele malale. Next part. Ki kachaz lecha, yesh lachem kanfei ruach, yesh lecha kanfei ruach, kanfei nesharim avirim. אל תכחש בם, פן יכחשו בך, דרוש אותם דרוש בן אדם, וימצאו מיד. So our prayers this evening are to take us higher, to give us some wings.
Alei ben Adam.
Page 12. Lechu neranana. Lechu neranana l'Adonai na'ariyah Yitzu Yishenu. Again. Lechu neranena l'Adonai na'ariyah Yitzu Yishenu. Nekadma fana Bizmirot nari halo lechu neranena l'Adonai nariyah letzu yishenu. Page 16, Zamru l'Adonai b'chinor. Sing a praise to Adonai with all the instruments, all the sounds of our lives, even the dissonant ones. Zamru l'Adonai b'chinor, b'chinor v'kol zimra, b'chatzrotzrot v'kol shofar. Hariu lifnei HaMelech Adonai, yiram mayam umlo, tevel v'yoshveva. Neharot yimhalucha yachad harim yiradenu lifnei Adonai kivan lishbot haaretz yishbot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim b'mei sharim.
יחד הרים ירננו יחד הרים ירננו
Yachad. Yachad means together as one. So tomorrow night with the Havdalah candle, all the wicks will be bound together. But sometimes we start off Shabbat, at least I do, I'll speak for myself, feeling a little fragmented. I was here, I was there, I was there, I don't, how does it all fit together anyway? So many sound bites. So now's a time to, as I've been saying the last couple weeks, figure out if there's any part that you want to let go of from the past week. Maybe a feeling or a burden or something you just want to let go. Maybe for good, maybe something you can pick up tomorrow night, but something you want to just kind of put down for Shabbat. And then maybe something you want to be sure not to let go of, a memory, a good thing from this week, something special, maybe a little something, maybe a big something. See if you can distill an image in your mind. Give a little thanks. And with a breath, we get ready for the Chadodi, page 20. לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Verse 2. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Verse 3 מקדש מלך עיר מלוכה קומי צאי מתוך אפיך רב לך שבט בעמק הבכה והוא יחמול עלייך חמלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת כלה פני שבת נקבלה. Verse 5
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי. כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Verse 9, if it's your custom to stand, please do so.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת שבת, פני שבת נקבלה. הללויה, הללויה, הללויה,
So before we greet the Shabbat angels with Shalom Aleichem, let's greet each other, inviting you to say Shabbat Shalom to someone you know, someone you don't know. Maybe get up if you see someone who looks a little lonely. Shabbat Shalom to all of you watching from afar. You're actually very near. Glad you're here. Shalom Aleichem, page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So there's lots of teachings about Shalom Aleichem. One is that we needed this prayer for, leaving the synagogue and arriving home safely for Shabbat dinner, because it's not always been so safe for Jews to make that journey. So
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. So I'm thinking just a week ago at 2 a.m. in Bushwick, where a number of young families were were having, I think they were just sort of hanging out after Shabbat services, after Shabbat meal. Little kids. And as many of us have heard, the window was smashed in. Said Rabbi Menachem Heller, it sounded like an explosion, and it was very scary because we didn't know what was going to come after that. Thank God that was it. But according to Mayor de Blasio, as of last week, there were already 47 hate crimes in New York since the start of the year, doubling last year's number in the same time frame. 2/3 of these hate incidents were anti-Semitic. And Cuomo has condemned this one as a, quote, shocking and abhorrent act of hate. So, as Jews, a lot of times we're thinking about what divides us, and, we may be like those kind of Jews, but not like those kind of Jews. But of course, at these moments, we're really called to remember what unites us. And when we clergy do the Baruch Hu, what we're really doing is we're saying, come, are we going to bless? And then everyone answers, yes, we're going to bless. We're with you. We have your back. We're together. We're here. So, just calling on each other's strengths in this time and at all times. Page 28, Baruch Hu.
Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Le'olam va'ed.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
Page 31 at the top. Praise to you, Adonai our God,
from whom the evening flows. Your
Your
wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. 32, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu lemadeta, Otanu lemadeta. Aken Adonai Eloheinu v'shokbenu, Uvkumenu nasiach bechukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayeinu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam
Please be seated.
36.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Michamocha is on page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילתו ספלה, נורא תהילתו ספלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, פוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה ליאנו ואמרו, זה ליאנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
So it's important to note, even after such a joyous melody, that this past Sunday marked the passing of Al Vorspan, a leader who was for many the personification of Reform Judaism's social justice efforts. Vorspan was integral to the creation of the Commission on Social Action of Reform Judaism and the RAC, the Religious Action Center in D.C. He had just celebrated his 95th birthday. A decorated World War II naval veteran, Vorspan worked as the director of the Commission on Social Action for the Union for 40 years, inspiring the creation of congregational social action committees all over North America. Said Vorspan, quote, "The history of the URJ is that we stick our necks out when everyone else is hiding." He wrote countless books and articles on social justice in the Jewish community. They're all on my bookshelves. I don't know about yours. They're still used today. For nearly 25 years, Worspan taught a popular class on social justice at HUC, the seminary where we were ordained, with Rabbi Davidson, 25 years. And beyond the doors of HUC, JIR, and the URJ, he was a lifelong activist. In 1964, Al Worspan was jailed with a group of Reform rabbis who, at the request of the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., joined in the civil rights protests in St. Augustine, Florida. He later wrote, "We came as Jews who remember the millions of faceless people who stood quietly watching the smoke rise from Hitler's crematoria. We came because we know that second only to silence, the greatest danger of human beings is the loss of faith in man's capacity to act." There was not a single issue, really, of national importance that he didn't voice an opinion on, from the refuseniks in the former Soviet Union to the Vietnam War to apartheid. He was known for his incredible sense of humor and wit that helped him to break down walls between himself and absolutely anyone. And I'll close with the words of Rick Jacobs, president of the URJ. Al blazed a trail of courage and conscience. Not since the biblical prophets of Amos, Hosea, and Micah, since they walked the earth, have we been led by such an inspiring justice leader. Our reform movement and our world are bereft, for he cannot be replaced. So may his memory be an eternal blessing, and may we be inspired to act from his many teachings. Hashkivenu is on page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu shomreinu lechayim.
We rise for the Amidah on page 46.
Adonai sifata tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei avotenu v'imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav L'Hoshia Mashiv HaRuach Umorid HaGashem Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim Somech Noflim Verofech Cholim Umatir Hasurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Baal Gevurot Umido Melach Melech Memit Umechaye Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol 52 Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh Ukdoshim ukdoshim b'chol yom yehallelu chasela Baruch atah Adonai Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh Ha'el HaKadosh.
We take a moment for our own personal private prayer, standing or seated, whatever's your custom or your comfort. And we'll come together on page 62 in a few moments.
So as we pass through the aisles, if you have any names for Misha Berach, prayer for healing, please feel free to offer them to us. 253.
Mi shebeira avoteinu mekor abracha leimoteinu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeira imotenu mekor habracha lehavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
So I'm back as of, actually, you know the amazing thing that happened this morning? I stepped off the airplane, I'm not exaggerating, at 4:31 a.m., and I arrived at my home at 5:12 a.m. Is that amazing? Thank God for, what do they call it, global entry. Amazing. So my mom, I have this memory for reasons I don't exactly understand, maybe just because they're real and not, they happen fairly often. Bob, you're so stubborn. Why are you so strong-headed? You know who Bob was? My dad. Bob, you're so stubborn. Why are you so strong-headed? I'm thinking about my dad and mom, but more so my dad right now for two reasons. The first reason is that on February 20th, 2010, my dad suffered a fatal fall. Many of you know this, from which he never recovered. It was 9 years ago this week. As many of you, as I said, know or remember, it was a Shabbat morning. My nephew, his grandson's bar mitzvah. We were in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. My father dropped my mom off at the door of the synagogue, drove to a park in the parking lot, got out, stepped down. I didn't witness this, but this is what we understand. Stepped out, closed the door, took a step or three, probably was eager. He probably ran, or he fell, seriously, fatally hurt himself, and 5 days later we removed the respirator, and he passed in 30 minutes. And it's true, I think, what my mom said, that he was kind of a stubborn person at times. So tonight, as I've just returned from Jerusalem, I'm thinking about stubbornness. Our parsha this week is Ki Tisa. And we Jews from this parsha are quite stubborn. We're a mere 3 months after standing at Mount Sinai, experiencing revelation, receiving the Ten Commandments. And what do? We build the Egel HaZahav, the golden calf. We lost our faith. Moses was late. We were scared and anxious. And then in the face of that great anxiety, we built a calf of gold, like the golden gods worshipped by many other peoples. It, in many ways, was the ultimate sin. Repeatedly, we, the Israelites, B'nai Yisrael, are described as an Am Kashay Orif. An Am is a people, Kashay is like hard or difficult. Orif is, what's Orif? Neck. We are a people of stiff necks. says the Torah. And repeatedly, God threatens to end it for us, the Jewish people, because we're so stubborn. In chapter 32, God says, I've seen these people, says to Moses, I've seen these people. They are an am kashay, or a stiff-necked people. Now leave me alone so that my anger may burn against you. Chapter 32, as I said. Chapter 33, go up to the land of milk and honey, but I will not go with you, because you are an am kashay oref, a stiff-necked people, and I might destroy you on the way. Yes, we are stubborn, very stubborn in God's opinion. And it's explicit in the Torah text. But then, as Rabbi Sachs points out, many, many other commentators, something extraordinary happens in chapter 34. First it was 32, then it was 33, and now we're in chapter 34. Moses says, Vayomer imna matzati chen be'einecha. Moses says to God, God, if you find favor in my eyes, in your eyes, if you find favor in me, Adoni yelech na, go with us, dear God. Adonai bikir beinu, be in our midst. Above our ark, it says Adonai Elohecha bikir becha. That third word is in our midst. God, go up with us. Moses says to God, and then this amazing moment, and it's one sound, maybe two, ki in Hebrew, which means what? Because. So Moses is saying to God, God, come with us. Go in as we go to the land of milk and honey. Be with us. And then he says something crazy. He's trying to explain why God should do this. And he says, because your people are an am kashay oref. Do you get why this is perplexing? We've been told multiple times that we're going to be punished, we're going to be alone, we're going to be without God because we are a stiff-necked people. But in this moment in the Torah, Moses turns it on its head. No, God, go with them because, Davka, precisely because they are stiff-necked people. And the commentators, 11th century, Rashi, says the text says that it's ki, not im. It doesn't make excuses. Well, if they're stiff-necked, God. It says because they're stiff-necked. That's Rashi in the 11th century. Ibn Ezra in the 12th century says, Ani modeh ki am kashe oref. I am grateful to you because these people are stubborn. What gives? What is going on with this moment in the text? It's two tiny Hebrew letters, Kaf and a Yud. Chizkuni, the 13th century commentator, says, Adarabba, ki al yedechen she'am kashe oref. It's not as an accommodation to the fact that they have stiff-necked. It's actually precisely for that reason. That God, you should go up to the land of milk and honey with these people. These great sages of our tradition, they saw apparently a holy spark in what seemed like an unforgivable act. These teachers, our greatest sages, remind us that the spark of God can be found anywhere, even in our worst, our greatest stubbornness. So as I said, I'm thinking about stubbornness and my dad and our blessed world in Jerusalem, for which I said, I think I mentioned I was there for 5 days. I arrived on Sunday night and came back this morning. So I want to share several moments of beautiful, blessed stubbornness that I connect to this last couple days. First, I got to see a teacher of mine from the Hartman Institute who's been here in where are we? In Great Neck. Yossi Klein Halevi. Some of us have either heard him speak or know of him. He's one of a leader at the Shalom Hartman Institute. I got to see him briefly, and he pointed me to a new article that he wrote entitled, I Love Poland. That's the title of this article. I Love Poland. You can find it online. And in this article, Yossi writes this article because he's responding to the deep and widespread concerns that many of us have about Polish anti-Semitism. And in his piece, Yossi asks the question, when we judge others, do we judge them by the worst of their sons and daughters? or by their best. You should know Yossi's parents are Holocaust survivors. He was actually a Kahana supporter in the 70s. And then he writes, he answers his own question by saying, I'm quoting, a people deserves to be judged by its best sons and daughters, not its worst. And Poland's best are among the very best of humanity and among the Jewish people's most trusted friends. I submit that this is a holy stubbornness. Let me explain. In our daily lives, hectic, crazy lives, I think what we often do, maybe usually, is we judge others by their worst, but, how do I finish the sentence? We judge ourselves by the best, our best. When we judge, often, we look at at the worst behaviors and words and thoughts in others, but we look at the best in ourselves. So I think what Yossi Klein Halevi is urging is a form of stubbornness that resonates for me. He's in essence saying, let's be stubborn in our unwillingness to focus on the worst in others. Let's be stubborn in our unwillingness to see ourselves as better, higher, more moral or ethical. Let's be stubborn, stiff-necked in actually seeing the best in others, just as we want others to see the best in ourselves. So thank you, Yossi. Second, here's another headline on stubbornness. I'm quoting. Shooting for the moon, Israeli engineers cheer the successful launch of Bereshit. Any of us see this? I go on, I'm quoting again, continue. Israel hopes to become the fourth country in the world to land a spacecraft on the moon with a successful launch just yesterday of the unmanned spacecraft Bereshit, which is the first word of the Torah, right, in the beginning. It would launch from Cape Canaveral in Florida. If successful, the 160-kilogram, four-legged spacecraft, about the size of a car, will be the smallest and cheapest spacecraft to ever land on the moon. This, I submit, is the stubbornness of a people who won't and can't say, we can't. It's a stubbornness that can take us to the moon, and if we can face some challenges on the moon, just maybe, we can solve some of the problems we face down here on earth. On Wednesday night, 2 nights ago, I was in Jerusalem with a whole bunch of Jerusalem friends, and I gave Gavi a blessing. I blessed him with the ability to live with holy stubbornness. I blessed him with the courage to be stiff-necked in his care and advocacy for others and for us, the Jewish people. And then I thought about 2 of Gavi's grandparents. All of this stubbornness for the Jewish people made me think first about Grandma, Tara's mom. I want to read something to you. On the 28th day of Tammuz, 5737, that's June 28th, 1977, in Brighton, Massachusetts, Judith Campbell appeared before the undersigned Beit Din. She fulfilled the commandment of immersion and satisfied us of her knowledge of Judaism and of her willingness to enter the covenant with the people of Israel. Share with the soul of all that lives, the Holy One. Blessed be He. We therefore declare her to be a member of the Jewish people and confer on her the name Yehudit Bat Avraham, signed by Rabbi Lawrence Kushner and the 2 other witnesses. Beautifully and brilliantly scribed in a way that only Rabbi Kushner can do in her High Holiday prayer book. And on that same Wednesday night, I thought about a second grandparent. On Wednesday night, I thought a lot about Papa, about my dad. February 20th, as I said, was the date of my dad's fall 9 years ago. But also, on February 20th, just 2 days ago, Gavi became a citizen of Israel. On February 20th, 2 days ago, as I said, Gavi and I, we were at the Israeli Ministry of the Interior. We arrived at about 8:30 a.m., 30 minutes early. We were eager, I would say maybe stubborn. I was stubborn, to not be late. We waited for about 90 minutes. There were 6 people in line in front of us. We were called to sit with an Aliyah representative. She asked Gavi some questions. He answered. He completed a few forms, signed his name a bunch of times, and, to quote a good Hebrew word, voila. Gavi received his Tu'udat Zahut, his Israeli identity card. On Wednesday, February 20th, he became an Israeli citizen. February 20th is no longer the day that my dad fell. February 20th will now be the day that Papa's dear grandson became an Israeli citizen. For the first time, a Feldman is a citizen of Israel, or these Feldmans. There's plenty of others, thankfully. Gavi's Papa had a holy stubbornness. Gavi's grandma to this very day does as well. May all of us be blessed with parents and grandparents, friends and teachers who teach us about stiff necks that strive for holiness. May all of us be blessed with a stubbornness that strengthens others in our lives and raises us, the Jewish people, ever higher. Shabbat Shalom. Please rise. No, whoops, sorry.
Please don't rise.
Don't rise.
I'm a stiff-necked wife. Ben Adam, aleh lemala aleh.
Aleh, aleh, aleh. Get that word, get the connection. Aleh, aleh, aleh. Aliyah.
Ben Adam, aleh lemala aleh. Aleh lemala aleh, Ben Adam, aleh lemala aleh. Ben Adam, aleh lemala aleh. Aleh lemala aleh, Ben Adam, aleh lemala aleh. Ki koach az lecha, yesh lecha kanfei ruach, yesh lecha kanfei ruach, kanfei nesharim abirim, al techachas bam, ten yichachashu lecha. Droshotam berot Adam veyimatzu me'am. Now you can rise for Aleinu 282.
Do Aleinu to that melody.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ביוצר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אהוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
287.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו ושמו ושמו
seated. If you hear the name of someone you've come to remember, please rise and remain standing when you hear the name. This week marks the passing of Al Vorspan. And in the last 30 days, Arnold Glazer. And the Yortzites this week for Geraldine Adler, Herman Fialkov, Belle Tellis Gaines, Edna Gellis, Sam Goodman, Irvin Groshin, Estelle Jaffe, Rose Kaffenbaum, Doris Kreisel, Arnold Levy, Zoya Leveeva, Myrna H. Miller, Stanley Kreutzer, Irene Springer, Jacob Stein, Jack Steinberg, Elsbeth Weilheimer, Jocelyn Wolk, and Josie Tanner. Any other names omitted or mispronounced? If it's your custom to rise for Kaddish, please do so now. We're on 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam l'amei almaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'yalma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, Imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony and peace and healing on high bring that to all of us, to all of Israel, to all humanity. Kol Yoshvei Tebel. And we say one last time, Amen. You may be seated except for President Epstein.
Shabbat Shalom. Good evening to everyone watching on live stream. Big thanks to Shai Kedmi, as always, for his musical accompaniment, to Rabbi Feldman. Mayor, your sermon truly resonated with me. For a while, I've never been stubborn. My wife is rolling her eyes. Maybe there's hope for me after all. I never thought of stubbornness as being a quality, but maybe I'll think of it that way. It also resonates with me for your mentioning your dad. There's no loss, or it's one of the loss of a parent is as profound as a loss can be, and certainly the circumstances of your dad. And it's a blessing for you to think of this February 20th as something really special. And Gavi, of course, now is on a brand new adventure and a new life that he's carving for himself. So we're so excited for him. So, Tara, your opening remarks also resonated a little bit with me, and it's sort of what I'm going to speak a little bit about this evening. On the heels of a wave of attacks targeting the Jewish community in France, anti-Semitism, it seems, is now taking over that country's social media, uniting the extreme right and the extreme left in the process. Groups that identify themselves as either anti-globalization or anti-Zionist or anti-whatever they are, use their platforms to spread anti-Semitic and racist propaganda. And this is according to findings of an Israeli media company called Vocativ. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Images and caricatures of Jews with stereotypically long noses, evil eyes, and rolls of cash are prevalent on the social media pages of these groups. Members of the anti-government Yellow Vest movement, I'm sure you've been seeing that on TV, which is comprised of elements from both political extremes, have posted images of Adolf Hitler with a yellow vest photoshopped onto him. These social networks have been abuzz with propaganda targeting the Jewish community. Frankly, it can be hard to distinguish the difference between these extremes. Right-wing posts such as Uncle Adolf didn't finish the job and it's a better world without the Jews can be found right alongside of left-wing posts such as France belongs to you and not the Zionist Jews, Jews steal our money and slaughter our children, and kill the Zionist entity and their dirty tribe will go with them. As one might expect, this type of rhetoric can quickly escalate into actual action. Alan Finkielkraut, a well-known French writer and himself a son of a Holocaust survivor, was caught on camera recently being abused by one of these yellow vest protesters, calling him a dirty Zionist, pardon the expression, shit. Ironically, both far left and far right groups have taken to embracing a modified version of the infamous Nazi salute. Rabbi Shmuel Lubetsky, a leading rabbi in the Parisian Jewish community, said that in the wake of these recent attacks, he's met with many of these yellow vest activists, and many of them who have apologized and denounced the anti-Semitic views shared by some of the movement's members. On the one hand, there is a show of solidarity, he says, but on the other hand, there's a large and dangerous element within this activist crowd, and they are coming at us from every direction. Now, lest you think that this extremism is exclusively a French problem, be forewarned, it is not. Extremism, and particularly anti-Semitic extremism, is on the rise in the UK, in Germany, indeed throughout most of Europe, in South America, and even in certain African and Asian states, and even right here in the United States. It is indeed an ironic world when groups like neo-Nazis and Klansmen find common ground with groups such as Antifa. Throw in a David Duke on the one side and a Louis Farrakhan on the other, and the circle is complete. And let us not ignore the new breed of freshman House representatives. Minnesota Democrat Ilhan Omar and Michigan Democrat Rashida Tlaib, both proud and vocal supporters of the BDS movement. Ms. Omar is readily known for comments such as, "Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken people and help them see the evil." And Jews at AIPAC, the Jewish and AIPAC lobby are all about the Benjamins. And Ms. Tlaib, who infamously chronicled her first day in her new congressional office with a social media post of a wall map in her office of the Mideast with a sticky note pinned on top of Israel identifying it as Palestine. The old scourge of anti-Semitism knows no political party, it knows no political boundaries. It seems there is one thing that unites extremists, and that is their hatred of us. It is incumbent on all of us to call it out when we see it. And I hope we can all agree, no matter what our personal political leanings may be, on this topic we are united, and we will expose it no matter what side of the aisle from which it springs. So, some very important announcements. A huge thank you to our greeters, the Landsberg, Jerry and Gloria, for taking on that duty this evening. A thank you to our bakers, in addition to our regular bakers who are of incredible talents. We also have the Last Monday small group, which are baking for us. Erica Groshin, Sharon Epstein, Erica Prager, Beth Laurel, Jill Mattenberg, Susan Marcus Salimkin, Donna Perez, Michelle Schimmel, Jean Selander, Wendy Lynn, Jane Tucker, and Renee Zucker. Thank you to all of these talented bakers as well. And a couple of really important highlights coming up. Tomorrow morning, Torah study at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.? 9:15. 9 a.m. in the West Multipurpose Room. 10 a.m. Shabbat morning service here. It's a special Shabbat morning. Our presidents remember. We're going to have 4 past presidents, along with yours truly, discussing some of the memorable moments of their presidencies. I see Leslie and Frank. Are you prepared? Me neither. I haven't prepared yet, but I will. It should be fun, and I hope to stay for the Kiddush that follows. Sunday, March 17th, Purim Carnival at 10:30 a.m. Sunday, March 23rd, special Shabbat morning service. Our guest speaker, Jonathan Haidt, who's a New York Times best-selling author of The Righteous Mind. Friday, March 29th, special Kabbalat Shabbat, 7 p.m. With our guest Elena Arian. And then Sunday, April 7th, our 90th anniversary gala. If you haven't heard about it, you haven't been paying attention, we're going to have a fantastic concert with our entertainment, Eric Bergen, star of TV and Broadway, and then, of course, following up with our 90th anniversary gala. So I hope you'll all attend that. It's going to be a great evening to celebrate 9 decades of this fantastic congregation. To everyone, Shabbat Shalom. I hope to see you tomorrow, and if not, have a fantastic weekend. Did I leave anything out?
It's very true. Okay, we close.
Let's close with, I think we've kind of beat this one into the ground, so we're not going to do this.
Wait,
But
I have to say something.
take it out with you, because we're going to use it again.
I have to say something to Shai. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I want to say something to you, Shai. Your music, in so many moments, I feel like your music is wings, and like we get to be under the wings or on the wings with its. Thank you. Truly beautiful. Okay.
It's so much fun. I didn't realize how much fun Vlad has. Like, it's just so fun. It's like a dance. Okay, let's take out your programs with you, and let's rise and close with Oseh Shalom, maybe? Oseh Shalom.
Yeah,
we
let's
know
rise.
the words.
Shalom bimrama.
Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru La 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 Oseh shalom bimroma Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru
Shabbat Shalom, Kiddush downstairs. Or no, where's? No, I think it's. Okay, downstairs.